Hey, welcome to Sam and Sid's Cooking Show. This is our very first episode, and we've put this cooking show together for Lewis and Nick and whoever may find themselves in college or somewhere living with a whole group of people. It was just last week that we moved Nick into a house of 6 guys and Lewis into a house of 6 guys and went, oh my gosh, these guys are not prepared whatsoever when it comes to cooking. I guess in some ways this is sort of our makeup as parents, helping them learn how to cook now after they're in that situation rather than they were when they were actually living with us. So we thought the best way to do it, Sam and I were sitting there chatting, hey, maybe we'll create a cooking show on YouTube. So that's what we've done. Now the premise of the show is teaching you guys how to actually cook rather than just surviving. I mean, it's one thing you get TV dinners, you can go get instant food of some sort, but we're saying, no, you got to eat healthy. Plus, you want to have tasty and good food. So this is not just about surviving, this is really about cooking. And a couple things to note, the recipes that we're going to go through are simple, fairly cost conscious, fairly easy to prepare, and most importantly, they're going to be really tasty. So in this first episode, I'm going to talk a little bit about what you need in a kitchen, and then we'll start getting into what you need in a pantry, and then we're going to start getting into the recipes. So, and Sam won't be on this side of the camera. She's actually filming and editing each of these episodes and producing them, and I'm responsible for the content of recipes, and I'm going to be cooking. So there's Sam. Maybe she'll put a picture of herself in there. We'll get her in here in an episode soon. So anyway, Sam, let's go through the kitchen and the most basic things that you need. Well, from a actual just keeping yourself clean, I don't think you should ever start a meal without putting on some sort of protection, even if it's lousy clothes. So I usually wear an apron, and if you don't wear an apron, you can just put a tea towel around your waist and tuck it in. But actually I prefer an apron just because it, covers up everything. Now let's take a look at the basic kitchen that you need. I'm just going to go through each of the pieces right now, and there's a list actually on YouTube here. A roasting pan, a cookie sheet, we've got a cauldron here, some basic mixing bowls, 2 to 3. In here we start having measuring devices, liquid measure, dry measure, teaspoon measure, can opener, garlic press, veg peeler, scissors, a brush, a box grater, a fine grater. This is a luxury, but it's nice to have. Potato masher, slotted spoon, whisk, ladle, pancake flipper, spatula, tongs. Cutting and knives, super important. This is a paring knife. We'll get into techniques in using knives. A simple bread knife, a nice cutting knife, chef's knife. This is another luxury whenever you're working with chicken or you're trying to get in tight in areas. I love this type of knife. And of course a sharpening awl, and we'll talk about how we use this in episodes coming up. This is a mandolin. This is an incredible time saver. You see these at the Pacific National Exhibition and any sort of home show when they're giving demonstrations and that. So we'll get into using that. On this side here, we've got meat thermometers. This is a digital one. This is a more inexpensive one you just buy at the grocery store. Oven mitts. This is a small blender. We also have a big one. If you can only afford one, probably get a little bit larger one than this one. Kettle, extremely handy thing in the kitchen. And then we have 3 sizes of pots. So larger pot, a medium, and a small pot. Okay, and obviously they have lids as well. We'll have a couple of things we'll add, like casserole dishes and probably a braising or roasting pot as well. And I'll bring those out in future episodes. So guys, this is the most basic kitchen that you can put together to cook simple, healthy, tasty meals. All right? So welcome to Sam and Sid's Cooking Show, and we look forward to introducing you to the great world of cooking.